What's up, everybody, and welcome to Final Podcast, the Final Fantasy Entertainment and Podcast Network. Final Fan TV presents it. I'm just so excited because right now I have on two very special guest party members. We're gonna go with Kaaylia over here, one of the most, just one of the most passionate, one of the most joyous follows over on Twitter. So how are you doing, Kaaylia?
Hi everybody, it's nice to see everyone and Happy New Year. I think we're still in time to say that. Very nice to be here and thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, I'm happy to have you on the show. And then over on my left, or on the left side of your screen, is the German voice actor for Clive Rosfield in Final Fantasy 16, Vincent Fallow.
Yo, thank you for having me on board. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm ready for this talk, and thanks to everyone for tuning in.
Man, this is great to have you on. On today's episode, we're going to take a look back at the incredible year of gaming and Final Fantasy that was 2023. Then we're going to take a look ahead at what is going to be another banner year. Or a banger year, it doesn't even know, we're just gonna see whatever you want to call it for the series, as we already know that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out February 29th. It's coming soon. And Final Fantasy 14 new expansion Dawn Trail is also on the way this summer, and it's also having its Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest event happening right now, or at least tonight. We won't have the news to cover for that, but we can do some quick predictions and stuff like that later. But by the time you guys see this on the VOD or whatever, you already know about Dawn Trail. But there's so many exciting things happening. But what is after that? What is after those two games? It'll be the first time in several years where we just don't know what's coming next for Final Fantasy. For several years, you gotta think, it's been like since 2020 we knew about Final Fantasy 16, but now we don't know what's next. But I have some compelling thoughts on what I think is coming next and why I think Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy 9 might be sooner than you think. But more on that later.
Yeah.
First, whoa, man, see Vincent over here. Hey, Kaaylia, we got some hype. This is gonna be we call this a hype cast. Oh, in the top it says Theory Cast. I'm gonna change that.
For sure.
But so what I would like to do to start this show off is I'd like to get to know each other, right? So I think that might be something I'm gonna do in future episodes. Whenever I have a guest on the show, I'm just gonna ask them, hey, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? And what does Final Fantasy mean to you? What is the impact that it has on your life? So what I'd like to do is start with Kaaylia. Kaaylia, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? And what's the impact it has on you?
The anxiety question, they're all very special to me. But I do have a soft spot for Final Fantasy VIII, and I'm so happy to see getting some love. And Final Fantasy VII also has a very special place in my heart because it is the Final Fantasy that started everything for me, and it actually had a big impact in my life. It changed me as a gamer, for sure. In fact, I think I game at this point in my life because of this game. And I can share a bit of my story if you'd like.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's go a few years back. I think I gamed all my life. I started with those little electronic games, fell in love with gaming when my grandmother gave my cousin a Spectrum. I love playing Space Invaders. But here comes me a little bit older, around 15 years old, and something starting to happen. I wasn't feeling the usual excitement I used to feel when I gamed. And you will always have that person in your life. I'm sure you heard that. Gaming is for kids. She'll grow out of it. Mm-hmm. And I actually thought that was a bit what was happening to me. Mm-hmm. And then I remember this completely. I went into a game store, which was actually my dad's. I have a very fortunate childhood, actually.
Yes.
And there was this game on demo. And I looked at it, I was very intrigued about it. And I asked, can I try it? This was, at the time, where you could actually try games at stores.
Yeah, right.
We had that.
Way back when.
I miss those times so much. So I know we can download demos, but I do miss that. I miss going into a store and actually getting to play.
Yeah,
That
getting
was
the
my
hands on
childhood.
it, right?
And so I mean, it was just the opening, credits that you see when the game keeps rolling and rolling. But for some reason, I was severely intrigued. Well, you can imagine what it is like to play a Final Fantasy game without a safeguard at that time. Yeah. But I did manage to get at some point past Scorpion Tail. I got a lot of stressed with the time after that, but all I can tell you, as I got out of the store, I said, I need a PlayStation and I need this game. And that was it. I got a PlayStation and I played this game and I was completely in love with it. But I'm gonna make confession time here.
Yeah.
I was weak and I doubted the power of Final Fantasy. And so then I realized that there was a new Final Fantasy coming out, and I said, okay, let's see if this was just a spur of the moment or if this is really good. And so I tried Final Fantasy VIII, and I can tell you, I know exactly where it was. This is how powerful it was to me. It was after the CGI presenting Balam Garden, after that little talk between Quistis and Squall when they leave the infirmary. I knew I had found home. This was the game for me. This was the game for me, and here we are. I love Final Fantasy.
Amazing. And so I'm trying, like you said, you were about 15 when you discovered Final Fantasy VII. I imagine that you're like in high school when you play Final Fantasy VIII, right? So I think what's so cool about Final Fantasy VIII and why it might have connected with you so well is almost the same reason for me, maybe, but like it's where it's just kind of like you're in school at that, like it's like it's a game where you start off in a school. It's a military school, but it's still a school nonetheless, and you get that that atmosphere and everything, and it just Final Fantasy has this way of just really connecting. Which is crazy because it seems like maybe the same way for you, but like in my life, it's kind of like it grows with me where it's like I'm connecting with it. And now in Final Fantasy 16, like we have a 30-year-old, and I'm like, yeah, we're on this level. Yeah. Now next to Final Fantasy 17, let me play as like Regis from 15. Let me play as the dad, let me be a dad. Connect with me here, grow with me some more.
You did get to play as the dad in that little game they made. Oh, I can't remember the name right now. That little 16-bit game. Yeah, the spin-off. Oh, I can't remember the name right now. I'm having a blank.
Oh,
that's totally fine. But yeah, it's the 2D brawler spin-off for Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, which is Reggie.
Oh, yeah. King's. Oh no.
Oh God.
A Knight's. What's it?
No. Oh my God. I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God.
I was gonna say A Knight's Tale, but that's not it. That's a Heath Ledger movie.
A King's Tale. A King's Tale. Is it a King's Tale?
It could be a King's Tale. I'm not quite sure. Maybe that.
It's the King's Tale. I'm pretty sure it's King's Tale. But yeah, that's awesome. I love that story. So Final Fantasy VIII is the one that did it for you. Like that's just so cool. I love hearing that story. Now, Vincent, what's your favorite Final Fantasy, and how did you get into it? You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me start off by saying I played 7 and 8 before that, but Final Fantasy 9 was the first Final Fantasy I played all by myself, and like all the way through.
Yeah.
And that was an incredible experience for me. Mostly because of the way this game had its own very, very unique charm. It was a bit of an homage to the older ones, like the ones like 1 to Final Fantasy 4 maybe, so like around that era. But it delivered on something that I recently played Final Fantasy 6, but it delivered so well on the characters and how well they were like very, very unique and talking, like every single character was talking a different way, and especially in the German localization for this thing, that was madness. Like they did stuff that you rarely ever see. Like there are a lot of dialects in German, for example, and they used almost all of these dialects that we have and then put them on characters where it made sense. And like and since you could not really like it had no voice acting, so they had to write it, and they phonetically wrote the accents that the dialects that we have, like they wrote it out phonetically, so it was hilarious. It was hilarious. It was so good, and there's a bunch of characters that I could not understand at the time because I was like, what is this? What is he saying? But it was so bold. It was so bold to do something like that, and it just added to the sheer charm this game has. And the music, the way everything's presented, the way these summons are handled, it's all just like a very, very, very amazing fairy tale to me. So Final Fantasy IX is the perfect fairy tale, basically. But there's like right after that we have Final Fantasy VIII, for example, and it has to me one of the best love stories that we have together with Final Fantasy 16, of course. And
contractually obligated to say 16 at some point in this.
Yeah, no, but I was like, Clive and Jill, it's the OTP best. But yeah, like for 8, I have a very special connection with that as well, because my best friend, he was super into Final Fantasy VIII. He was super into this game.
Yeah.
And I was playing it with him, and we were doing like the seed tests, but we were too dumb to figure them out, so we just did like, yes, 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 and then the next round, no, 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 and then, okay, one yes, and then the rest is no, 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 and we just like brute forced every seed test, and I had to keep notes, which stuff we did, like yes, no, on it for hours. It was hilarious, but like we spent a lot of time together with this game, and there was a time where my life was absolutely fucked, and that was during school time, of course, and I had like my best friend had to disappear, like he had to leave somewhere, and he could not tell me when we would see each other again, and he was literally my best friend, and like it was back then when we did not necessarily have phones on us all the time, like
right.
it was pre-smartphone era. The kids will not remember.
The kids would not.
But yeah, so I didn't see him for what will be over 5 years, and but he left me his MP3 player. It was an MP4 player actually. Yeah. It was like this big. It had an entire hard drive on it and a small little display, and there was a Final Fantasy VIII AMV on it. It was with a song called "Gravity of Love." You can still find it if you Google it, and it was the best thing. And I was always listening to that, hoping that my best friend, would like just message me somehow again, like write me a letter or something. And that kind of helped me over all this time. So I was always like using this old ass MP4 player, and the battery was like completely busted, so it would only last for like 5 minutes. It was enough for that AMV to finish. So every morning I would go to school, and just thinking to myself, okay, just one more day, you got this. It like he will come back. I was super. He was basically the guy telling me, okay, I gotta leave, but I will be back, and then I'll get you out of this hellhole. And essentially, it is what he did in the end. So that was so cool, and I still have this MP4 player. It's not around here, but I have it somewhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like the biggest friendship there is, and that's why Final Fantasy VIII has this super big connection as well.
Wow, man, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. That is a man, that's a really awesome story, and I'm glad you said that. Hey, that's what he did. That's what he came back. So that's really cool. So the friendship bonded through Final Fantasy. That's
yeah. Oh God, yeah. It was just so good.
And that
especially
isn't that the most Final Fantasy stuff? It was like the power of friendship, man. It's there. Oh man, that's really
but he
cool.
saved my life through all these years just with that thing, and I know he knows by now. He knows, but it's the first time I actually told this story.
Oh man, well thank you for telling that story. That's awesome. I love
It's a
that.
Final Fantasy exclusive.
It's a yeah, we got a
Right here
Final
for you.
Fantasy.
Bring in the tears.
Yeah, yeah, man. I was like, man, this is good. I like this. Yeah. When I
No,
was,
if I may add, I mean, I'm sure you all have heard stories about of other people how Final Fantasy has somehow touched them, and I think that's one of the things. Just not about Final Fantasy games in general. It's because for so many people it means so many things. It's a friend, it's a family member. I mean, it is so much more than just gaming.
Yeah.
And I think we all see that when we look at our shelves and see our games. There's always a story behind whatever it's a funny story, a not so funny story, but there's something always there. And I think that's also the amazing thing about Final Fantasy. I mean, we've spoken here, Warrior of Hype. You also have to share your favorite Final Fantasy, of course. But that's one of the good things about Final Fantasy. They're all different. They're all the same, but they're all different. And so there is something for everybody in some way.
Yeah. I love it that it's in a way that it's not just something for everyone, it's something you love for everyone. So it goes that hard,
perfect.
and it's so good. Fucking love Final Fantasy.
this is why I do it, man. This is why I do it.
This is why I do it. This is why you do it. This is why we do it.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is great. So I mean, I've shared my story on the show so many times, but basically since Kaaylia wanted me to share what my favorite Final Fantasy is, it's Final Fantasy VII. That's my favorite one. For basically when I was a kid, 7 years old, I would go downstairs and I'd have to sneak down there because my parents didn't allow me to play or watch rated teen games. I wasn't able to do that when I was 7. So I'd have to sneak downstairs to watch my brother play it. My older brother, Sean, he would play it. And then, I'd be like behind the couch so he wouldn't know I was there just watching him play.
That's so cool, man.
Of course, when I did that, the very first thing I see, or like that first session that I saw, was when they peek into the container and like Genova is, and I was like, oh my god! And then there was like blood all over the floors and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, what is? This game is awesome.
Yeah, legit. Oh
This
my god,
is
what is
amazing.
this?
Oh my god, so much blood! Yes, give me more.
Yeah, it goes from oh my god, so much blood. Oh my god,
so much blood.
Yeah,
This
let's
is
go.
good stuff.
Let's go. Yeah, that's cool.
But eventually, he was able to convince my mom to let me watch and play it, and so I got to actually sit down there and watch him play it, which was I don't know, man. It just shaped my imagination from that point on. Everything I thought about was Final Fantasy. Like I created my own Final Fantasy in my head, like my own storyline. I had a whole storyline going on. I would think about that story, and I build on it based off of the things that I got off of Final Fantasy VII. It just shaped everything, like basically in that formative year, right? Like those formative years. So yeah, I mean, like I was just kind of connected to it that way, and I was through Final Fantasy connected to my brother through that. And basically, when Sean actually got cancer, so he had to battle that, and then he lost that battle, and then basically after that, is Final Fantasy VII has been kind of this deep connection to my brother. So basically.
Connected through the live stream.
Basically, the live stream and all the all the themes and stuff there. So, but yeah, I mean, like I just I love sharing that story because it shows how like deeply connected I am to Final Fantasy VII. It's hard for me to talk about, but like it is something that I like to say because it makes me feel closer to Sean, and like Final Fantasy does that. So. So man, this is awesome, right? You're sharing some Final Fantasy stories right now.
Some good old trauma bonding.
Good old trauma. This is what Final Fantasy. This is why we do it, man. This is why we do it too. This is why we do it. We love being broken, like we love feeling broken, and then give us hope You know, it's that hope at the end. You know, it's like I just played Final Fantasy 3, and at the end of that, you said, just remember, it is the power of hope that the warriors used, and I'm like, oh man, that's Final Fantasy 16. You know, it's that hope is still there. You know?
Yeah.
This is what I love about 16, man. Like it really does have so many of the themes of Final Fantasy in it.
Oh God. Like I recently finished FF16, FF6.
Yeah.
For the first time, like I started it like 4 times over on the Super Nintendo, and now I got the Pixel remaster, and I was like, okay, this time I'll commit to it over the Christmas holidays. And then okay, it's fine. Like I can speed up the battles. It's better that way. And there were so many parallels to FF16, and you can see so many things that are in FF6 that are being referenced in FF16 on a surface level, but also on a way deeper level.
Yeah. And
it's great. And I'm like, the more I played FF6, I was like, how could people think that FF16 is not Final Fantasy? Because like it screams Final Fantasy to me.
Yeah, and I think you even tweeted out, you were like, "This could be a prequel. Like is this a prequel?
Almost.
Like, is this almost could be a prequel to 16? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the things
16
that I loved.
Being a prequel to 6.
Yeah.
Other way around.
Other way around,
like the Magic War.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Kaaylia, what do you want to say?
No, I was saying one of the things that I love about Final Fantasy 16, that despite being a game on its own, was the little nods to the previous Final Fantasy. I found it so beautiful and respectful to the legacy of Final Fantasy. I absolutely loved seeing that in the game. I absolutely adored it, and you saw it in so many ways, in some of the names, on the lines, on the music. Oh my God, I found that so beautiful.
Yeah. There's like one line where two NPCs somewhere pre-battle in a mission say, in the German version at least, damn, he killed Locke and Setzer, and that's like the names of 2 random bandits in FF16, but they're from FF6. So it's hilarious. Like these little nods, they're everywhere. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, so while we're on the topic of 16, man, 2023 was, I mean, that was the year of Final Fantasy 16, and that was such a, I mean, there was so much other Final Fantasy content coming at us, but and Kaaylia has done this amazing kind of retrospective of 2023 over on Twitter. So basically, Kaaylia, I'm going to hand this over to you, and you run us through this. I'm giving you hosting duties for this section of the the show here.
The responsibility.
Yeah, and what I'll do is, let's see if this works. Yeah, that's kind of working. So yeah, I kind of have your tweets up there right now.
Awesome.
And that will, if I can get rid of that there. Okay, cool. So that way people can see what we're talking about here. Go ahead, Kaaylia.
Oh, so let's go. Let's see what happened in 2023. I'm going to say, I mean, it was not a bad year. I think we did good.
It was all right.
I mean, where to begin? I mean, I think between events, interviews, launches, announcement, I mean, we had something happening every single month. Mm-hmm. Every single month. I mean, there was something for everyone, I think. And I think it was a great, I mean, we started the year. I mean, some of us were playing Crisis Core Reunion. Mm-hmm. Some people who are procrastinating that game.
Yeah, same here though. Like I played the original though.
Yeah, same here. I've done the original. I'm procrastinating on the reunion. I don't want to get to that scene. I don't want to. So I'm like chapter 4, level 95. That's how much I've procrastinated. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. So we started the year already knowing that 16 is coming our way. But in terms of launch, you were still recording.
Still recording in January?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
pretty sure.
No pressure. No pressure.
When did you stop recording?
A few 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, I mean, like the last recording.
For your last recording. Yeah.
Oh my
God. That's crazy.
That's amazing. So it was like, okay, the recording is done. Get the demo out. Because we got the demo like almost 10 days before. Yeah, okay, so a bit more.
Yeah,
You're
legit.
talking about with the DLC and everything too, but
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I just finished up doing that. They updated the game as I went. They were gracious enough.
We were missing like 80% of the lines of
Yeah.
Clive in German.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Oh my God,
that
that
was
is- oh
DLCs,
my God.
obviously.
right. All right, so go ahead, Kaaylia.
Back again.
Yeah,
So
back to it.
though we did start the year on a bit of sad note, which it was the end of service for First Soldier.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I miss
I'm gonna
First Soldier.
Yeah,
I miss
I'm gonna say I'm not a person that usually likes those kind of games, but I don't prejudge, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
It's a final, yeah, and I actually kind of enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I was sad to see it go. I was actually sad to see it go.
Oh,
Yeah,
But-
I played it for like 8 hours. I enjoyed it, but I was like, I cannot commit.
it was for me. It was one of those things where I wish it loved me as much as I loved it. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it loved me as much as I loved it. It was just kind of one of those things where, man, they would release these really awesome outfits and really awesome things that I wanted to give them my money. Like, I wanted to be like, hey, listen, I'm buying that stuff. But then it was like, hey, you have a 0.05% chance of getting it, or 0.01% chance. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, all right. But it was kind of like that for me with First Soldier. But yeah.
So,
still
but let's
worth
go
it.
again to launches. So we had in February the famous Fiat Written, which is a fantastic journey through Final Fantasy story, through its soundtrack. I mean, I love that game. I mean, I couldn't shut up playing that game. I still play that game singing all the time. I can't shut up. I love that game so much.
Yes, and
That's
with
so
the
cool.
recently added Final Fantasy 16.
Oh my God, that was I wanted when the game came out. I keep saying I hope they put at least the trailer songs. Why didn't they put the trailer songs?
Oh
the trailer,
yeah.
The trailer songs were so good. I'm so sad that they didn't make the soundtrack. Oh my God, they're so good.
They got away and find the flame in there, and I was just like,
Yay.
I'm happy with that. Like, but I wish they would just.
I'm
put
not
the
sure
whole
my
song up.
neighbors were very happy, but I was very happy.
All right, so that was January and February there.
February. Yeah. We can also mention that we got to see the 45-minute demo for Final Fantasy 16.
Ooh. Was that earlier? That was like
Yeah,
February.
in February.
Oh,
yeah, in
wow.
February.
Nice.
We can also. So some people were very lucky to play it first. I got to see the videos on YouTube, and that got me so excited. I was already very excited, but I was like, oh, I need to play this so bad.
Yeah, they went
so
around
bad.
the globe for a press event, like preceding the demo
Oh,
release.
that was when where the pre-launch events went on.
Yeah. There was one for Germany as well. And
Yeah, I remember.
had
I
to-
saw some posts from you at that time. Yeah.
I had to brute force myself into that. Like I was not. They were not planning that I was there, and I was like, I want to be in there. Like, please, just let me be there. Let me
Yeah.
play the game. Finally, please. I'll do some interviews. I don't care. And also, I want to see like the big guys. And I met them, which was nice. But yeah,
cool.
there was. It was wild. It was wild. It was so cool playing it for the first time, and there were people around me, and not knowing who I was, obviously. But I was playing the game very intensely, and they were always like looking to the side and was like, "Is he crying?"
Oh,
And
man.
What's
I was
happening
crying.
here?
I mean, what a moment, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Imagine.
that's a moment. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can only imagine, I guess. But you got to like, you got to do that. You know, that's so cool. Did you get to like see what other people were thinking and like, like getting their reactions, and was that adding to the emotion of it all? Like just seeing that it was being so well received.
It was received quite well.
Yeah.
Like the moment people like they were all very 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 focused and stuff like that. And, I mean, it's Germany, like they're not big on emotions, but they were very focused and very like, oh, okay. So we got this, we got that, and then by the end of the demo, they were like, damn.
Yeah,
Like single German tear going back down there.
because that's the demo that ended with that was basically Phoenix Gate, right? Like that was the
Yeah.
Oh god, dude, what a freaking demo! What a way to start the
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Oh,
ended
yeah.
right there with the black screen and then the last lines
Yeah.
in that area.
Yeah, the Phoenix, I can say that it was that ending in German that made me decide play the game in German. About what we were talking about being broken, it was like, oh my god, this is so bad. Oh my god, I gotta play the whole game now. I want to know this. Oh my god, this is so awful. I gotta do this now.
Right. It's like I've been following with Kaaylia, posting those like, hey, here's Clive in German, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Like here, because I don't know German, I don't know, but like I can, it's universal the way you can feel that, right? Like you can feel that, and I was like, man, this is some fantastic performances here, like, and so man, props to you, Vincent. That was
Thank you,
good
thank you.
stuff. Yeah.
Hey,
I
it's
kind
only
of like
because of
encourage
Ben.
if you're playing Final Fantasy 16, right? Why not just boot it up and see what it's like in German? Listen to it in German.
I'm
just
telling
for a
everyone
moment,
to
right?
do it.
And listen to Vincent over here. And like,
I know,
so
and
cool,
I
thank
know I
you.
can be biased, but I mean, as you see, I've been doing those posts. The initial intention of this post was to have people sharing in several languages, but it became posts of appreciation for the German dub because, I mean, I don't have a lot of views usually. I mean, those videos have a lot of views, and people are commenting like ones that already play, ones that have not heard. They're all are complimenting your work, Vincent, because it is amazing. Let's be honest, it's amazing. You did an awesome job. I mean, even when I didn't understand, I was crying my heart out. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, amazing. Thank you so much. Honestly, Vincent, I have no words. No words.
another thing that was really cool, and I don't know if it was this year or 2023 or even before 2023. I remember you commenting on a couple of my videos, Vincent. So like you were commenting and watching my videos. I'll be honest,
I love your content, dude.
I didn't know. Like I was really happy. Like I always love positivity and the support and the comments, feedback and everything. So it was really cool. In your name, obviously, I try to remember as many people as I can. But like you were commenting regularly, and I was like, oh man, Vincent, what's up? Like this is cool. Like you're commenting on there. You like what I'm doing. You're like, hey, great stuff. Keep it up. And then okay, later on, I found out I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. I didn't know I was reaching you. Like that's kind of crazy. I always think that's for me personally, I think it's really cool that the reach that Final Fan TV has had. And like today right here we have two guests from two different countries, right? Like I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think that's amazing to me. Just last week we've had people from different countries on this show, and from UK, Japan, all over the place.
That's so crazy.
Germany,
Love the
yeah.
internet.
Yeah, I know, right? And again, such a Final Fantasy thing. It's like to bring people together like this. So yeah, that's one of my favorite things about Final Fan TV. And then the fact that I was reaching you and I didn't even like really know it. The German voice actor for Clive was watching my videos, and my probably my stupid theories that I couldn't thinking back on were so wrong, but they were fun to do. And you're probably
they're
just
actually very, very awesome. Like I loved every single video. Like I meant every word when I commented, and it's like I was always like, yeah, can't wait. Another video dropping, nice. I'm ready for the Warrior of Hype. So that's so cool. Yeah, I love the energy. It's just so amazing, and it's real, and I love that. Like it's not put on. It's just like amplified you, and that's what matters. That's also what good acting is.
yeah, man. Thank you. I love that.
Voice actor when?
I don't know. We'll see. When I do some playing of Final Fantasy, like the older ones where you have to do the voices, like Final Fantasy 9, where they give you the. You're gonna see just how bad my impersonations are.
I think it's gonna be perfect.
Thanks, man. All right.
Something to look forward in 2024.
Yeah. There you go.
Let's put a note now for when we talk about 2024. We'll talk about the Warrior of Hype impersonation of FF9 characters.
Oh man! All right, so back to the recap here.
Yeah, let's.
We had
So in March we did have the PAX East event. I did not, where we learned we could pet the Torgal.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. God.
Yes.
Yes, and also the announcement that FF16 had become gold.
Yeah, man, we were doing great, weren't we? Like the freaking every month, like we were doing great.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy
Yeah.
news and Final Fantasy 16 was
And
popping
I went
off.
out, and when that news came out, I went out the door and went to a store and said, "One PlayStation 5, please."
That's amazing.
Such a power move.
Yeah, yeah, that's a system seller. So that's awesome. Yeah. So March, I'm like following your retrospective. So that's, you kind of snuck that one in there. That's awesome. Forgot about that. It was PAX East, big demo and everything. That's where I also, I don't know. It was probably intentional, but like I had created a video, like my theory video. Vincent, I'm gonna tell you about this, right? Because like,
Okay.
I don't know if you caught it or if anybody else caught it, right? Like nobody was talking about it. So I had this opportunity to post a video that I thought was like extremely spoilery. So if you haven't played Final Fantasy 16, this following thing is going to be spoilery for about midway through the game. All right, so it's a big spoiler, maybe even closer to the latter half. Like it's right there. So I'm I'm watching the PAX East thing, and I'm doing my my analysis of like just frame by frame, just every single frame, breaking this thing down. And then they showed the map for the very first time, and it was really cool. And I think everybody was distracted by how cool the world map was. Like, oh sweet, we have a world map. And like, the first thing I saw was like, where the mother crystals at? and I was like, wait a second. The Iron Kingdom doesn't have Drake's breath anymore. I was like, where's that at? Drake's spine's missing. I was like, Drake's fang is not there anymore. In a different video, they showed them, or not, no, they didn't show them in a different video, but the Crystalline Dominion's Mother Crystal was there, and the Kingdom of Elude was there. And I was like, so I'm like, wait a second, those Mother Crystals are being shown, the rest of them are not. And I said, oh my god, I think I just like discovered a huge spoiler. Like the Mother Crystals are going to be destroyed. Like it just was, at that time they hadn't shown all of those cool trailers that had them literally blowing up. But yeah, so it was just kind of like, oh my god, I think huge spoiler. I made the video, I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I didn't publish it. And I said, I don't care about the views. It's just not in my nature to spoil something. And I didn't post it.
Oh, I think you could have posted. People would find a way to refute it and say you're completely crazy. I actually posted a video things where I thought that I think it's Clive in Phoenix Gate, and I explain why. And I had people like, you need to play this game. You need to go and play the demo instead of watching videos. You're completely wrong. And I was like, okay, if you notice, this has been posted before the demo, and thank you for spoiling the demo too. But so I think you would have been safe.
Yeah, people call it crazy anyway. Yeah, I was always just chalk it off to like, yeah, I'm just crazy. Don't worry about it. If you ever break NDA, just be like, no, I'm crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know why I would do that.
Yeah. Fun fact in regards to that, and not spoilering stuff like that, I was scouring through everything, like a bunch of Reddit posts with theories and stuff like that. I've been on there for years. Like the first day I started recording for this game, I joined Reddit and was okay, I'll make an account there.
Yeah.
And then just like lurk hardcore in the FF16 Reddit. And every single time I saw something where I was like, someone like, they should not know this. Like I forwarded that to Square Enix and being like, yo, is that a legit leak? Because I was not fully aware of what was exactly going on, but some things looked like were really well put together. I was like, this could actually be the entire story. I'm not quite sure because we record achronologically, so it's like a big puzzle in your head. And I was always like forwarding it, and then this like my guy was always like, No, this is fine. No, this is fine as well.
It's fine.
I
It's
already
fine.
saw that. It's
No
fine.
worries, no worries.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's
I totally would have forwarded your video as well.
Oh, thank you. Like I actually, when I met Ben Starr. By the way, Ben Starr gives us. He would like to give you both his personal love. I think that's what he said in the message. It was just like, give them my love. So Ben Starr, he said he wishes he could be here, but he just wanted to give you guys his love. But I met. Sorry about that, Ben. I delivered that so bad. But
I'm gonna show my love as well.
oh, there's the
that's
Spider-Man
so
thing.
good.
Yeah. Oh, can you move it over to your this way a little bit? It wasn't
Okay,
in the
Like
frame.
over your head.
Sorry.
Like
There we go.
so
Yeah,
it's-
they're doing the Spider-Man pointing thing. That's great.
yeah. I had to force him a little bit, but it was fun. He's up
Thank
for
you, thank you.
anything. You're very welcome. It was such a great time. I love this man. It's so good. The entire cast actually, like they
Yeah.
are all
Oh, man,
amazing. But Ben has my heart. Obviously.
You share the same heart.
Yeah, we do.
Final
We're both
Fantasy.
freed.
Yeah, that was like the first time I met Ben Starr was at the Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch event, and it was so crazy. Like he gets out of the taxi or the Uber or whatever, and we're just waiting outside of the to go into this. It was the pre-launch party. Like we had a little party with the content creators, right? And like Ben shows up. And we're there early. He's there early, and we're just kind of hanging out. And he goes, "So, you got any more theories?" And I was just like, "Oh well, I've kind of stopped making theories. I don't do the theories anymore now that we're so close to, to the launch of it." And I said, "I had this one back in the day about," and he said, "You're talking about the Destruction and Rebirth video?" And I was like, "Ben, are you watching my videos?" And it was so crazy. And then he said, it was like that one, and then he was like, "No, it's actually pretty crazy because when you translated the book, like the book at the end of the trailer opens up and the pages flip. It's all in obviously a different language." And I felt so proud of this one. This is like one of my favorite videos I ever done. Like I was so proud of how obsessed and insane I went with it. It was all in a different writing. And I broke it down to I was like, all right, well, the most commonly used word is the. So if I can find THE, I can get THE. Guess what else has THE in it? Mother Crystal. So if I can find the combination, I can get MOTHER. Like I can get all of them. And then I basically just transcribed the entire book that showed up at the end of it. And I found out about savior myths of Valisthea and all of these other things. And the world will be one day destroyed and remade and all this. I'm like, oh my God. So I posted that. And he said, yeah, when you upload that video, he said, I actually showed that to Koji Fox. And Koji Fox was like, yeah, somebody was gonna do it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you did well. A bunch of the people on Reddit also did very well, and I was like, okay. So I did not know that it was an entire fictional language, but that's cool. New trailer, that's nice. Yeah.
So
I was always kind of behind on that.
So then we go on to we got April. April, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's keep on rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. So we got the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster series became available on PS4, which was already available in stream, if I'm not mistaken. So I know it was the chance for a lot of people to finally try the classics.
Yep,
And for some others was the chance to go back to those in a more updated platform.
Yeah.
And this is where I have my pet peeve with Square right now. So little physical copies for PS4. I didn't get one. That's why I'm sad.
Yeah.
But my fault because I didn't read properly the fine printing. I didn't understand it would be so limited.
So limited. Yeah. It's like you when you read whenever it says, "Oh, limited editions available," and you're just like, "Oh yeah, cool, man. I'll just pick it up when it comes out. It'll be fine." Nope.
No, not on this one.
I did pick them up on Steam, and I'm replaying them right now for a upcoming video series, which I'll announce during the FFTV guide later on in a different episode. But basically, I got a new series coming out this year, and I'm replaying all of the Final Fantasies. And I just played 3. The pixel remasters are amazing, and I had always thought Final Fantasy, like the 3D remakes, were my favorite way to play it. That's how I experienced Final Fantasy 3 for the first time. That's how I experienced Final Fantasy 4 for the first time, was through the 3D remakes on the DS. So that's how I know those games. And I played Final Fantasy 3 and I was like, man, I don't know. I went back and I bought the 3D one on Steam and I started playing that, and I was like, I kind of just want to go back to the Pixel Remaster. And I did. I went back to the Pixel Remaster. And the same thing has happened with 4. And I'm like, no, surely I'll play 4 in the 3D remake. I'll use the mods off of Nexus Mod to put the Pixel Remaster music in, because you can do that.
Oh, that's so
cool. Yeah, you can do that. I'm like, now I'm set. Like, I just wanted the Pixel Remaster music. And then I started playing it and I was like, I'm kind of addicted to that Pixel Remaster. Let's go back. So... yeah, and then we go on to June. June? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I mean, I can add that in April we also had that state of play. We did 25 minutes about Final Fantasy 16, and in May, if you want to talk about, since we go through all May, it was when the Salvation trailer came out.
Oh, that's right.
Ah, yes.
God, what was your favorite trailer, Vincent? What was your favorite Final Fantasy 16 trailer?
Oh my God, they did such stellar jobs with every single trailer, but Salvation is definitely, in terms of voice lines, because they're so mixed so well, like so trailery, so theatralic. I think it's the Salvation trailer actually. Oh God.
Was Salvation the one? I'm getting them mixed up. Was that the one where he said, "Come to me, Freet"? Was that the?
No, that was Revenge.
No. That was Revenge.
I think it's in Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Revenge is the first.
Revenge is a weapon.
Exactly. Fun fact: we did 3 takes on that in the German one, and we did one that was basically like the normal way I do Clive, but the one that made it into the trailer was the one where I went super ham, like super revenge, super I'm gonna fuck you up.
Bro, that voice though, like when you said that, like that had some bait. Like my headphones, I was like, oh wow, revenge, and I'm like, whoa.
They went with that to like purposely mislead people that it's just a simple revenge plot.
Yeah,
and they just did it so well. Another big shout out to Hajime. Thank you for like directing me in that sense, because he had like the meta narrative in his brain and was like, okay, no, we go a little bit more ham in this, and it's just such amazing teamwork. Holy damn, that man knows his shit.
Hey, that's awesome actually, because then you're basically saying that like, they were doing that on purpose, and I've said this about a lot of Final Fantasy trailers, and even with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, it's like they're showing you the stuff that they want to show you, and you think that you're smart. But it's really like we wanted you to see that. Although I will say the PAX East thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was like, you showed me all the crystals destroyed, man. I don't know. But
they probably totally forgot.
Yeah. But when it comes to the trailers, they're so well put together, and that's awesome. So it was them saying like, we're gonna mislead everybody into thinking this is a revenge plot. That's really cool. I like that. And we were a lot of people were thinking that it was just going to be a revenge story. And then of course you can tell that from the people who've never played the game before, and they have opinions on it, and they're just like, oh, it's just a revenge story. I'm like, you've never played the game.
No, after finishing the game, I actually went through all the trailers, and it's so funny because I was like, oh my God, I was so wrong about this. So wrong. No. Yeah. It's so fun to watch now the trailers because oh my God, I got this so wrong. So wrong.
Yeah. So that was in, would you say May was the Salvation trailer? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then of course we move on in to June. And June was
the big man.
That's
the main event. The main event.
The buzz.
Which was, of course, I don't know if you heard about it, but there was this called Final Fantasy 16. I think we can say this.
Yeah,
Oh my god, best
we can say
moment of the year. We had the demo 10 days before, and oh my god, oh god, I love this game so much. I mean, I think it's obvious. Anyone that sees my Twitter, I have not been able to hide my absolute joy in playing this game. I can't
Which
put it
is
in the box.
amazing.
I think I put it in the box now for the stream today. For the first time in a long, long time. I mean, I took it out to play Remake, but it quickly found its way back. I can't put it out of. I can't take it out.
That's that physical media for those yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's going back to those, you know, in-store demos and stuff. People are like, "What do you mean put it back in the box?"
What is she talking about?
What is she talking
Just
about?
download my game.
Nothing. I don't have anything against digital, not at all. But for me, I love opening the box of a new game.
Come
for the
on.
first
Yeah.
time.
If a game in this day and age has like a booklet, that you know, stuff that you can read on the way home,
Yeah.
that's the sauce.
Bring back
That's
the booklets,
sauce.
man. Bring back
Yeah.
booklets. I've been saying that too. I'm like, listen, if you guys want to go digital, at least still have something in the store for people to buy for like Christmas. Release it. Release booklets. And then in the booklet is the
Yes.
digital code. If you release a booklet, like say you give me a jewel case and it has it, and basically in the inside is just the digital code and a booklet, I'm all about that, man. Give me the booklets.
Yeah.
There it is. You got it. You know what I mean? You got to have the physical copy. But
Yeah.
No,
So you got the,
I actually was driven to take to go and pick up my pre-order because I knew the moment I have there's no way I'm driving, there's no way I'm doing anything. I need to open this game and look at it inside and see what's inside.
I'm a sucker
The
for
only
this
thing,
stuff. You know what I mean? I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you know I love my maps. And you get,
no,
I think they
I
did
did
this
not
for
open
me.
it until I finished the game. I didn't want to know anything,
Oh, yeah,
so
no,
I
I
did
agree.
not open
I
it.
agree. Yeah. Especially the art book
there-
that was in there. Didn't look
all
at the
crystals
art
are on there though.
book. Yeah, all the crystals are there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that, dude. I love that kind of stuff. So physical edition was awesome. It even came with the like an art book, I believe, in this as well. But yeah, it's,
Yeah, I got a slightly bigger one. Hang on.
oh man. Oh, is he gonna say mine's bigger?
Mine's bigger.
Mine's bigger. Thank you,
I got this
Clive.
one still sealed.
Oh yeah.
It's the big one from Japan.
Yeah.
The Art of Final Fantasy 16. I had to get this. I
Oh
was
man, I'm
there
waiting for the
last
US
month.
release, but yeah, I gotta have that. That's amazing.
It is.
Go ahead and say yours is bigger. Go ahead.
Mine's bigger.
The chills. Oh my god! But this game was amazing. Oh my god, this game was so good.
Yeah.
It's so well written. The story is amazing. I mean, I spent 99% of the game wanting to Clive and tell him it's gonna be fine. We'll make through this somehow. But it's gonna be fine. I mean,
You spent what did you say? 95% of the game doing what?
95%.
What did you say? I missed the whole thing.
99%. Probably 99.99999.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Tell me,
spent.
Clive, it's okay.
I thought like in my mind I was coughing and I didn't hear you. I thought you said you spent about 95% of the game hoping that Clive and Jill got together. And I'm gonna be honest, like listen, that was the driving force for my wife watching me play the game. It's like, are they together yet or what? You know, like what's happening here?
Why would you touch her, Clive? Touch her, kiss her. I'm like, stop
Make
it.
this work. What do you mean there was a time jump and they still aren't together? What is happening?
The only
are
time
edging
I
on
did
another
not
level.
love Gav was when we interrupted that moment. I was like,
Yeah.
Gav, why?
Yeah, I was
Why,
like,
Gav? Why? Why
We
would you
always
do
have
this?
people. We always have a
Even
gap.
after that, we still love Gav. Like what a
Yeah.
I mean,
what a great character.
he gained my love back with his reaction to Byron's donation. I mean, that moment is hilarious. I can't. I absolutely can't.
That
But at
was
that moment,
so
I was
cute.
so angry with him and said, Gav, I hate you right now. I hate you so much right now.
So obviously
Yeah.
we got a little bit of spoilers here, but I gotta ask, Vincent, what was your favorite like moment in Final Fantasy 16, either to like play or to record? Like both answers. I like to
Yeah.
get both. Let's get both.
Okay. So to record, that probably was. I mean, that was the moment where I was. God, there are so many moments. Like, let's be real. There are so many moments.
Yeah.
But the Phoenix Gate scene at the beginning, it was one of the first sessions that we did. And
Let's get that out.
That was, just like get out all that, all that we need, like for people to like continue playing. That was just very, very good. It was very intense, and I love that intense stuff. But on the other side, there's also very intense stuff in terms of slight spoiler territory, heavy spoiler territory.
Yeah.
But the scene on the beach with Jill.
Yeah.
That was the entire thing there. It was very, very heartfelt, and I was just like, you are just as naked as Clive is in that scene when you're recording for that, because you have to make yourself so very vulnerable. And Ben delivered beautifully. I was like, okay, let's just dive right in. Let's let all the feelings out, like everything that's there, and all the stuff with Jill, and you could just finally be the free Clive, so to say, like being completely truthful. And then that was like a very, very amazing moment. And I'm not happy with every line that I did, but the lines in that scene I was very, very happy with, because it was just exactly how I wanted it to feel. When you record it, you know when a line is gonna really nail it.
Yeah.
And I was at that point, I was like, yeah, no, this is gonna be 100%. This is gonna be, people will be swooning. It's gonna be great. It's like the perfect combination of the scene.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that scene too. So is that like is that a combined of favorite to record and favorite moment in the game, or what was the favorite moment?
The favorite moment for like gameplay wise stuff was a line that I did not know it would, play out that way. And that was the accepting the truth thing. I completely forgot that I also recorded takes for Dark Clive. And that's an entirely separate recording. Like the battle efforts for the Clive that you fight are entirely separate. They are different. So I totally forgot that happened. And then like when you press L3, R3, and it just like goes, and then the music starts, I was losing my shit on stream. I was like, holy shit, this is insane. Yeah. And then like me and the voice actor for Dion, the German voice actor, we played the entire game on stream. And we were just like freaking out with hype, because I never saw the visuals for that, and I was just so blown away. That was a peak gaming moment right there. It was so good. Like, gave me superb Asura's Wrath kind of vibes, Devil May Cry kind of vibes, just going super, super hard, and that was so good.
Oh man, I agree. What a moment.
That moment, I'm like, oh god. I think it's impossible not to play that game and not be completely, from a gamer perspective, of course, who's playing, not to get really hyped, because that whole scene, you're finding the truth. I mean, you've been seeing Clive going through all those stages of being confronted with what happened, trying to struggling with what is truth, and finally, okay, let's move on and let's do something about this. I mean, it's such a strong moment for Clive, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible not only to see that, but also be hyped with the scene, okay, is going to go, let's go. And it starts building up from there. But that is, I think, it's such an important moment and turning point for Clive. I mean, it's an absolute scene. Amazing. It's an amazing scene.
It is. It's like coming to terms with it, and then like just like going from very, very, very like heartbreaking moments, and then the whole trauma, and then just like picking it up, and then going into acceptance, and then just fucking someone up. That's perfect. Like killing your inner demons.
And we had come from that moment when he's with Jill at Lady Anna's house, and you see him so broken because now I have nothing. They really took me everything because. Yeah. I only had my revenge, and now I don't even have that anymore. And all that I hated from my life, all that has been holding me on is actually my fault. I mean, that scene is also so intense because you see that he's really struggling with the truth. And if you feel that he's, at that point, he feels, I have lost everything. This is the end for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
so like I actually, in the spoiler cast that I did with Crane, I don't know if anybody, if you're not familiar with Crane, awesome. You can find him on @officialcrane, but he was part of the episode where we literally broke down everything that we could. And I had come up with this, I don't know, the five stages of grief for Clyde. I think Clive. I think they actually presented that in the game, and as you're even saying it right now, the only one that I couldn't figure out was bargaining. But so like for denial, like he denied that he even did it, and then you had anger where I killed, I've killed so many men type thing, and like he was just angry. And then I don't know what bargaining was. I couldn't. Usually you bargain with like I'll do something to get out of this or whatever, but and then depression, which was basically when he was at his lowest, which was when he was in the chains and he's like, just do it, like just freaking. What a moment that was too. What a scene.
Oh God.
And so you go from that completely broken, and then the final stage is acceptance. And when it says accept the truth, and you finally accept it, and it's just like, oh man, like,
that gives you power.
So good.
I think you can consider, right now we're a theory moment. The bargaining can actually be also the accepting the truth moment, because if you remember, I don't know the lines now, there's a part that says that I have to do this so that Joshua may rest.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a good one.
Oh damn!
Oh damn! I love it.
We found the bargaining, or not?
I do have a question for you a little bit later. Well, I don't know. I guess we can get to it now, Vincent. I don't know what your. Maybe we never mind. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about because we still have DLC on the way, and I don't know if there's answers in that as well. So I'm not going to put you on the spot.
Just ask the question. I'm like.
Well, I would love your interpretation of the ending, but I don't know whether or not you're able to talk about that.
I am super able to talk about that.
Sweet. I would love your interpretation of the ending.
Okay, cool. It's gonna be very like I'm gonna treat it as an A/B thing. Heavy spoilers, obviously, of course. If you did not finish the game, please turn off now.
Not listening.
Exactly. I'm a sucker for tragic endings, or at least heavy loss in order to transform the world that's around you. So I love the idea that Clive dies at the end. For the sake of everything else, to just be as happy as it possibly could in the next 500,000 years. But there are so many hints and little bits and pieces thrown like into the side quests that really hammer it home that Clive will survive and maybe lose an arm and then become a writer and write the Final Fantasy book.
Right.
That's seen in the end. Because like storytelling wise, it should be that, even if left ambiguous, the ending should be that just from a narrative perspective. Like if you analyze it, if these storytelling threads are being laid in there, they need to be somewhere in the end. Yeah. So that would be the most probable case.
Like it's left for interpretation, left ambiguous like that too. Yeah. So
but I think
very Final Fantasy ending. No, there was a recent interview that Yoshi P gave to Nerd Bunker. I think it was during an event in Brazil. That they talk about the ending, and they were talking about they wanted to leave it to the players to have their own conclusions based on the experience they had of the game.
So if you do 100% all side quests, you actually have probably the best, your favorite.
You need to do everything. Go do everything.
Do all the side quests just for a couple of the very rewarding
extra
ones
context
too. And then there's extra context in the active time lore. or the
yes.
the books and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. So that's really cool because I was very curious. There's a lot of people had different interpretations of it, and that's probably what it was meant to do anyway. So I remember when I was asking, I was talking to Ben in messages, and he was like, "So what did you think of it?" And I was like, "Man, I'm just trying to figure out like just trying to figure out the ending right now." So I was like, I think I have a good understanding of it, but yeah. So I love hearing what other people were thinking about it. I text or messaged Kuda Kuma right after that. Adam Kuda, awesome person, and I was like, we bonded over that as well. I'm like, no, I think he's gonna still be alive, dude. I think he's I'm like I think he's still alive. I think, and I even had, you don't have to comment, but I had this like theory like in my head where I was like, I bet Jill is at the end with the 2 kids. I bet that's his two kids at the end of the game. That's Jill. And I was like, that's Jill right there. And because she kind of has the silver hair, but it's just shorter. And I was like, and they look like Josh and Clive. And I'm like, dude, that's them right there. Right? So I kind of formed my own conclusion to it. But yeah. So that's really cool. Thank you for answering that question. And
no, you're welcome, man.
So now we go on to. Let me see, what time is it? Okay, yeah. So I kind of gotta go through I love the conversation though. I want to get to.
Right? We get so hyped. Which actually is the underlying tone of the whole year. We were hyped all year.
Yeah, damn straight. You gotta imagine, like, I was super hyped with every trailer that dropped. Like, it was just me and Dion's voice actor, Tony, and we were just like, every single time a new trailer dropped, we were just sitting there. I was bringing champagne sometimes. I was like, okay, come on, we got it.
We'll put it on the big screen, baby. I haven't watched it yet. That's great, dude.
Legit, it was so good.
That's amazing. Yeah. And then so like the game releases, and you get like the reception of the game is, you're starting to see what the general reception of it is. Like, what were you feeling, man, from like June to July type thing? Like, like this is it. What is the feeling there?
Yeah, that was crazy. It was really cool. There were like tons of messages, and I was just sitting there hoping that people would love it, and then there was like more and more, people just praising the voice acting, for example, and praising the German voice acting especially is very, very, it's a compliment for me, because people usually do not praise German voice acting in video games. So that was a first.
It's well deserved. Yeah.
I shed a lot of tears. I had opportunities to talk to people that were my heroes since I was a small teenager, like 12, 13 years, who are like now big content creators in Germany, and they would just like come up to me and say that they are super thankful for what I did in the game, and that they tried switching languages to either Japanese or English, but just kept going back to German. And I was like, this is the biggest compliment. That's because, like, huge, for example, one of them is like the biggest RPG nerd and plays basically everything in Japanese. And he was like, I could not go back. And that's,
man, huge compliment.
Yeah, I cried because like I really valued that a lot, and I did that a lot. Yeah, I cried. I just cried a lot.
just a lot of crying. This is why we do it, man. This is why we play Final Fantasy.
We're here for the tears.
No, I was like, in general, I was just like, I was super scared that people would not love it. Of course, there are some people that do not love the game, but that's always the case. Like, it has been the case every single time. Right. People did not like Final Fantasy X, for example, or 9, or 8. But yeah. Like back in the days. Now everyone loves them. But no, there was like very, very good reception, and I just really enjoyed that, because I was scared that the game would not be gonna be good. Like, I was scared that the game would suck ass and would totally fall apart.
Yeah.
You're safe, Vincent. I think we can say you're safe.
Yeah.
So that was that for me.
Awesome, man. Well, well deserved. It was well deserved. so then we go on over to
Let's go.
We
September.
go over to September, and then September had some stuff for us as well, didn't it, Kaaylia?
Yes, it did. It brought us the launch of Ever Crisis, which I think it has a very good reception.
I played the like. I'm sorry about that loud blast of music there. I was playing your video, and it would just it blasted over you.
So we got the new mobile game, Ever Crisis. I have to say, I'm very behind on this game.
Yeah. Same.
I call it Evergrindus.
Evergrindus.
Yeah, no, that is actually my pet peeve with Final Fantasy 16. I can't grind.
Oh, no grinding. Yeah.
You need the grind.
Yeah, no, I actually in Final Fantasy mode, I already have reached level cap, the new level cap, but I'm struggling in action mode, and I can't look at that save I have on my PlayStation and see level 51. I'm like freaking out every time I turn that game. I need to go and grind. I need to get this. I need to get back to level cap. I can't have it like this. No.
He's so weak.
No. No, especially because you already see from the trailer of the DLCs, but we'll talk some of the levels of the enemies. So I need to start working on that.
Yes.
I need to start doing my homework.
So we had Evergrindus come out, and then over. and then we go over.
I'm gonna start calling it this.
And then we got some announcements for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, we did. Let's go over there. We actually for me at least, I was still very much enjoying the hype of the launch of Final Fantasy 16, and we got in July, which is the next month after release, the announcement of the Dawn trailer expansion for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
And the pre-orders went up for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth with the 19 inches of Sephiroth.
Oh yeah. Treat yourself to 19 inches of Sephiroth.
Oh my God! Please put that in a commercial.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clip that out. I'm gonna
it.
clip that out so I can do it when I do an unboxing video. When I do the unboxing video, I'm gonna have your voice just go, treat yourself to 19 inches of There you go, Square Enix. That's what I can contribute. I can make a
No,
whole
I mean,
little
I was so
promo.
amazed when we got the launch date for Rebirth. I mean, we're in the middle of the hype, and they're already giving us the next game. Oh my God, I'm so
know.
happy.
Yeah, that's the second orgasm right there. Like, it's just so hardcore. Like one thing after the other, and I was still enjoying the hype for FF16, and then we get Rebirth dropped, and I was just like, holy shit! And I can finally be a fan again, because you're kind of killing your own experience when you are recording for a game. But if you're not involved in the game at all, you can be full fan again. So I can go full fanboy mode and just enjoy FF7 Rebirth for what it is.
Dude, and we're going to be getting into the 2024 preview in just a moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to so here we go, Kaaylia. So we're going to go, I'm going to skip through your
Go.
We got the retrospective part 6 of here, and this was when they announced that Final Fantasy 16 will have a crossover with Final Fantasy 14, which will become available in 6.5. Are we Final Fantasy 14 players?
I started. Yeah, I'm still in the Realm Reborn, but I'm only playing it on stream.
Okay.
With Tony, of course. So it's like Dion and Clive. We're playing as Dion and Clive in the game.
Oh, what? That's kind of cool.
Now Clive has made his way into the game, so we're gonna have 2 Clives in the game.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call this guy an imposter. Yeah. We are Final Fantasy 14 players. I just can't wait until the story gets good, but it's still a bit.
It takes a while for me.
I still haven't played 14. I do want to play it. I actually downloaded the free trial to try it, but I have an issue with it because I actually participated in the beta test, so I've been blocked from the free trial.
Oh no! Time to create a new.
The team at Square Enix support has been very nice. I just haven't had the time yet to go through all the instructions they've sent me to try.
Oh, cool!
Go over that situation.
Yeah,
but I'm really looking forward to trying it. I've been meaning. I keep saying I need to try this game. I really need to try this game, and it just hasn't happened yet. But I really want to play it. I really try it.
Yeah. So and then in November, we're getting close to the end of 2023.
Yes, let's go very quickly. Of course, we had the launch finally of the pack with the FF16 host for Theater Rhythm, and that made me so happy.
Me too.
Yes.
My neighbors not so much, but
Blasting that stuff. It was actually really awesome. My son started singing "Find the Flame," so. It was just like in the back, like I heard him, like it was the back of the car. I heard him like da na na da na na, and like he was like, I'm like I thought it was my mind. I thought it was just playing in my mind, and I looked in the back seat of the car, and I was like, "Are you singing Final Fantasy right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, from that game you played, the music game." And I was like, "Find the Flame," and I went.
Yeah, proudest dad moment right there.
Yes.
well, I'll
And he
add
was
to
like,
that.
So cool.
I have a 10-month nephew, and he seems to react very well to Away. He hums when I'm hearing that song.
Nice.
I taught him the
Nice.
lyrics, dude. I was like, dude, if we're gonna sing it, let's sing it right, dude. Let's get it. I taught him the lyrics, and we were singing it. It's great. I owe my thanks to Theater Rhythm for that. Or is it Theater Rhythm? I don't know. But,
I know. I mean, I have an issue because I get so focused. I get so hyped hearing the music that I sometimes forget I have to play. And that actually happened to me so many times. I don't know if it happened to you, but sometimes I would be playing Final Fantasy 16, especially the iconic battles. I would be so like, oh my God, this is so awesome that suddenly, oh my God, I was supposed to be playing. And I would have like this little HP bar because I completely forgot I was supposed to be. Because I was like,
come on, man.
oh my God,
When
this
they
is
start
so
to,
good,
oh,
so nice.
and you're just like, oh way, and you're not freaking playing the music. You're just like, oh way. Love it. And then
cool.
we go on into December, and December was really cool.
Yes, it was. I mean,
December?
we were all wondering, oh, maybe we'll have some information in TGA about the Final Fantasy 16 DLCs. We're like, will we won't. I mean, and they go and Shadows drop us the first DLC.
Shadow drop it.
Fallen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, I mean, I tried to watch as much as I could, but it got a point. I'm going to be honest. I was too tired. I fell asleep. So the next day when I woke up, my phone had blown up.
It's available now.
God.
I had done like I got like I paused the Game Awards and I was like, all right, I gotta go make a video because all I'm thinking about is the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer. I gotta go make a video, and I went to go make that video. I did the whole thing there, and then when I got finished with the video, I got to upload it on YouTube, and it says Echoes of the Fallen or something. I was like, I missed something. And then like I click into it, and it's freaking. Then it says it's available now, and I was reacting to it because I was like I missed something, so I was like, let me just get Streamlabs ready to get it, and let me freaking record this, and like I recorded the whole reaction to it, and then it was available, and I was like, oh my, what is happening? So Echoes of the Fallen was just so cool. I love that DLC, man. So, what about Echoes of the Fallen was your favorite thing, Vincent?
I still haven't played it yet.
You haven't played through it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It just came out.
I know what happens. I know
No
what
spoilers.
happens.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, that's right. Kaaylia has. Oh, my bad.
We can't. He hasn't played. We can't give spoilers.
Well, he got the. Maybe we shouldn't do spoilers anyway, just because it's been so recent and people might have.
Oh
not
yeah,
played it yet.
yeah.
So maybe I should stop on that one. So yeah.
Go play. It's totally
play
worth
Echoes
it.
of the Fallen.
Go play. It's very
will play
good.
it.
So let's go to. We'll talk about the second DLC on 2024 because I know we need to go. So let's go to the other main event of December, which was, as you mentioned, the Rebirth new trailer and the theme song. No promises to keep. I have to say, I love the way they did it at the Game Awards. I thought it was, oh my God, this is genius. I loved it that they put her singing there with the trailer in the back. Oh my God, I loved it.
Me too. Perfect. It was a perfect trailer, like or perfect way to present the game, perfect way to present the theme song. I remember saying that like right after the reaction video I did, I was just like, that was everything I wanted to like in that right there. They didn't show me too much, I don't feel like. And that was one thing that I was super concerned about was I was like, oh, they're going to show something crazy I don't want to see. But yeah, like, and the theme song actually made me like tear up. Like I was super emotional, and I wasn't expecting it. Like, that I didn't get to record that, unfortunately, because I was just watching the Game Awards. I should just get in my mind, just be like, listen, just record everything. But I didn't get my initial reaction to it, so I had to re-record. I was like, listen, guys, this is me just watching it again. So I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out. And then when I pressed play, they had actually a separate video. Like, it was a completely separate trailer from the Game Awards, and I was like, oh my god, this is new to me. So like I reacted to that one fully. But when the when the song comes on, and at the end of the song, I was like, God, it got me again. Like, it got me again. And I can only imagine when the credits hit, you know it's going to play, and I know I'm going to be in freaking just broken.
Yeah, I'm so excited to play this game. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be awful at the end because I think we're going to end up with more questions than answers.
Sure.
But I think it's going to be so good. I'm so hyped for this game. So hyped.
Y'all are not ready.
Vincent, you know something?
Is there something you want to share with us right now?
What you gonna share with us?
It's oh yeah, I will never share anything. But we are not ready.
I love it. I cannot wait. So
Same.
Let's carry this hype on over. Let's carry it. Let's do our preview.
I mean, and let's go. If you think of it, we're exactly a bit as we were when we entered 2023. We're waiting for a new game to come out just right around the corner. We're still in the hype of another game, and here's another one. I have to say, I actually mentioned this on my Twitter. I don't feel. I know I was a bit away from social media as a gamer, so I'll do that caveat. But I don't think I had felt for so long this sort of hype like I used to have when I was younger and playing the first Final Fantasies that I did. I would stop one, I would be like, oh my god, the next one is coming next year. I'm so excited. Oh my god. And I honestly, I love that so much, and I love feeling that from other people, coming from other people. I mean, it's been so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah.
It's the magic of social media and our hype. Yeah.
My god, dude, that every time it just like tickles my eardrums, bro. Like, you got that bass.
It's something. If you do try to play, I mean, I found this from playing Final Fantasy 16 in German. Vincent has a way to actually go through your bone and soul.
It's into the bones, man.
No. Honestly, my biggest mistake was when I tried the demo in German was to playing actually after going to bed. I still had these screams ringing in my ears when I went to bed.
Man.
That was how strong it was. No, I'm being dead serious here. It got me so bad that I realized at some point I had put my own hands over my ears, like, make it stop. I can't take it. It's awful.
It's so real.
How good it was. This is how good it was. And then I went, oh my god, I have to do a full run of this game in German.
Yo, big props to the casting directors as well. You know what I mean? Like whoever was the person in charge of casting.
Yeah, I think this is proof that there was a lot of care in every single dub for who they put in each character. I mean, I've talked a bit about Vincent. I mean, some part of the German is lost to me because I can't catch the nuances. I don't know enough German for that. But you feel the emotion many times. I mean, some characters are lost to me because it's about the wordplay, the nuances. So they're lost to me in German. I can't compare. I mean, and that was something I try not to do, though I've already said openly. I mean, English is the language that I'm comfortable with, but Vincent kind of crushed me in some scenes. I mean, I usually compare it like this. Ben came with a truck and ran over me, and Vincent came right after with I don't know all those with those tractors with the rollers and made sure she's not getting up. No.
You're part of the pavement now.
That's how good it was.
Thank you. Yeah, I imagine myself like in a tank, just like there are your emotions. Hang on.
What? You're still moving? No.
Why we play?
Step away. I'm going in.
That's why we Final Fantasy, man.
Damn right.
So we go into 2024, right?
Yeah.
Let's get hype.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get
Happy New Year.
hype. We're here. We've caught up. We did a 2023 recap. So what I'm going to do with this one, because I'm getting a little close on time here, I'm gonna kind of roll through the document that I've made here. I've got like a whole list of predictions. All right.
Okay.
So comment as you will as I kind of go through these. 2024 is going to be freaking exciting. Now, like I said at the top of the show, we know that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out February 29th. We know that's happening. And we're all super excited about Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest. That's happening probably right now, or either that or it's like
starting
tonight.
Tomorrow, I think. It's starting tomorrow, right? Yeah, but with the time difference.
Japan,
maybe
yeah,
it's
that's
happening
right.
already.
Yeah, it's a Japan like time difference thing. So it's nighttime there, so it's probably a couple more hours for here. So, anyways, we're gonna know about Final Fantasy XIV probably as you're watching this on the VOD. Now, we know those two things are going on, but like I said at the top of the show, man, what's after that? What's next? We know that Final Fantasy 16 is getting its second DLC called The Rising Tide, and it's going to have a fight with Leviathan, and that's going to be...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so excited for that. I think it's gonna also add a lot of information to the lore of Aliste. I'm really like, oh my god, I want to play this so bad.
And I don't know if
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, Vincent can't tell us anything about it, so we're not gonna ask him any questions. Sorry, chat.
No.
But you guys gotta
It's gonna get wet.
That's all I needed. That is all I need. You download the DLC today. Make sure you pre-order. It's gonna get wet.
I'm so glad I bought the full pack with the 2 DLCs.
Man.
I'm ready.
Nice.
Let's get wet. So that's Final Fantasy 16 Leviathan DLC called Rising Tide. It's gonna be awesome.
Get wet.
Get
ready to get wet.
It's gonna have a whole new explorable zone.
Yeah, we may have the catchphrase, the publicity catchphrase. Get ready to get wet.
It's gonna get wet. Rising Tide. Oh man.
Yeah, you guys should write the commercials for that.
Gonna do that in my next video. It's gonna be the preview, ultimate preview for Rising Tide, and like I was already working on like a wish list of things I want to see from it, so that's gonna be in there.
Nice.
So those are the things we know about. Those are the things we know about, and that's all within the first like half of 2024, which they've already said early summer for Dawn Trail, and this is probably already old news because I'm sure they've already kind of given you the official release date at the Fan Fest. That's my prediction anyways. I think you're going to get the official release date for Dawn Trail. I think you're probably going to get an Xbox beta announced.
I think it starts. I think they announced it in October, and I think the beta is supposed to close to start mid-January, February. I think what was in the announcement.
Perfect time to shadow drop.
I think it's mid-January.
Yeah.
I think it's mid-January, February. Yeah.
Awesome, cool.
Nice.
So like we get the Xbox beta for Final Fantasy 14, and so there.
Yeah. I'm checking my notes. Mid-January, February.
Oh, sweet. So shadow drop that stuff. That's probably what's gonna happen. And then Audrey over on Twitter. I love Audrey. That's a Taki Emochi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah. She's absolutely based.
Yeah, she had some great predictions. She says that thinks there's going to be... Now, I'm sorry, I've played Final Fantasy XIV all the way up to Endwalker. I haven't completed it, but my pronunciation of this is probably wrong. A Fem Hrothgar? Is she thinking female Hrothgar? Geomancer limited job is what she's predicting. We got maybe a green mage is something that I've seen going around. A lot of people think maybe a green mage. A second city reveal. Dawn Trail's Collector's Edition with Meteor Viper figurine.
Oh, what? That's a very specific prediction.
That was a very specific, prediction there. So that's
I'll buy it.
That's what everybody's thinking. Now, let's move on to something that I'm pretty excited about because I got some compelling reasonings here of why I think Final Fantasy IX, and this is probably going to appeal to you, Vincent, because Final Fantasy IX being your favorite Final Fantasy, I think it's going to be the age of Final Fantasy IX soon, as we know for sure the anime is in the works.
Yes,
We
yes,
know
and they
for
just
sure.
recently said something new about it, and I'm like,
Yeah, it was
"Give
very
me that."
recently.
This month, and I have that for you. Ramin Zahid with the animationmagazine.net interviews Karen K. Miller, president of Cyber Group Studios. This is the studio behind the anime. Quote, I think what our studio has done so incredibly well is to be flexible and super smart about the way in which they develop content and the kind of projects they choose. Final Fantasy IX, for example, is one of those IPs that ticks a lot of those boxes and is what a lot of buyers are looking for. Directly referred to Final Fantasy IX anime.
Ooh, it's
Essentially,
not dead.
yeah, confirming that it is still alive. And here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part. It could very well be done,
Drumroll.
ready to go, and maybe they're even working on a second season to get ahead of it. This is my crazy speculation. Because if we go back to 2022, you thought we were done going back, but let's go back even further to 2022. When we had an interview again with Animation Magazine, where Cyber Group Studios says that the anime was ready to be shown at expos back in the summer of 2022.
Ooh,
It was
okay,
ready
okay.
to be shown. They were going to show it, and then they didn't. What happened? Well, something makes me think that maybe they're trying to coincide with a Final Fantasy IX remake. Now,
Wouldn't that be amazing?
wouldn't that be something? And this,
I would sell my soul for a FF9 remake. I would sell my soul.
I would so Final Fantasy IX remake has also been long rumored since 2021. We're going back even further. So
It just
September
keeps going back.
2021, when there was an NVIDIA leak. Now, I usually don't report on leaks. I don't like doing that, but this one's been around since 2021, and it's pretty much common knowledge at this point that it was on the list of leaked games, and a majority of those games have since released. They've checked a lot of the boxes except for Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy Tactics. So, if Final Fantasy IX was at least in some sort of stage of development in 2021, that means Final Fantasy IX has been in development for approximately 3 to 4 years. So, that seems like a good time of development to show it, to show us what they got so far, to announce it. Now, the question is, when do they announce it?
Yeah, when?
A lot of people thought it would be at the Game Awards, but that wouldn't make sense. No. You gotta think. They don't want to do that. It's all about Rebirth right now. It's all about Dawn Trail right now. Now, so do we do it at Summer Game Fest? Maybe, but I have a reasoning why they won't. And that's my next prediction.
Oh, yeah, hit me.
I'm going to hit you with that next prediction, all right?
Yeah.
But before I do, I'll tell you that I think Final Fantasy IX will be announced at the Game Awards 2024. We're going to go end of the year. Okay, so you're going to have to wait a long time for this. Now, the question is that I will pitch to you guys right now. Do you think the anime will be announced and released before, after, or on the same day as like 9 Remake? Do you think we get the anime this year, since it seems like, man, Karen K. Miller, president of Cyber Group Studios, is pretty, like confirming it? Do we think that Final Fantasy IX anime is this year?
No, we want it to be this year. You're making it like,
so like
I got speculations there.
Okay.
I think they will release it before the game. If that is going to be released, of course.
Yeah.
We do not fully know.
Right.
We're just speculating at this point. But having like, it's the same way anime works as a marketing leverage for manga to be sold, actually. So, in the same vein, that would only make sense. And if we go back in time with Final Fantasy 15 and the Brotherhood anime, that also came before
That's a good
that.
point. It's a good point, Vincent Fallow. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
We build that hype up with the anime, like Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, and we kind of lead that multimedia approach. I love that idea as well. So like we're kind of getting, I don't know, it says it's an adaptation, or at least from the things that I've read, that it's going to be an adaptation of Final Fantasy 9. I don't know whether or not, like, what that means for the remake. So it's like, do you want to tell the same story twice? Or like, if you're watching the anime and then you watch or you play the game, are you getting the same exact story? Or who knows what they're going to do there?
I'd like for the anime to have, like, the adventures of the group, like 1 or 2 adventures, like like just the pirates on their ship, like pretending to be actors, just going from one kingdom to another,
like full 30-minute episodes of just that.
I would be down for that, totally, like 100%. I'd love that.
Fill in the gaps and stuff too. I like that.
And if I may add another argument, perhaps, to think that the anime may come before the eventual release of a remake, it will be also a good way for people who have not played the original game to actually get into the story and build the hype, not only for those who played, but also for those who may be actually getting into the story for the first time, as it has happened to some people when it comes to Final Fantasy VII. Some people have only met the game through remake. So it would also be a good way to build the hype around the game for previous players, but also for those who maybe have now the opportunity to experience the Final Fantasy IX story.
I love it.
For real, yeah.
For real. Now, earlier I said I don't think it would be at Summer Game Fest because I had a different opinion in mind here. Now, I believe that Final Fantasy Tactics is coming out this year. I think it's coming out.
Are you sure?
This year. I think it's going to be a fall this year. 6 months. Get some, bro. Get some right now. Let me tell you something, Vincent Fallow. Let me tell you. I think it's going to be this year. I think it's going to be about 6 to 8 months after Rebirth. And why do I think that? Let's travel back in time. Even further than we have. We're going back in time again. Let's get in our time machine and go back to 1997 when the original Final Fantasy VII came out. Guess what else came out that year?
Tactics.
Final Fantasy Tactics came out the same year, only a couple, like 6 or so months after the release, of course, of the Japan version. And then for the United States or US, we got Tactics. I believe it was maybe like 4 or 5 months after Final Fantasy VII. But anyways, it was within in a couple months. And I think, hey, how do you bring back, like, they love this nostalgia that they're going on right now. Love this nostalgia. It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We got the nostalgia of that, and they're doing the whole, like, hey, it's on 2 discs. Put me a booklet inside of there that gives me a promotion for Final Fantasy Tactics. You remember that? Like, in the original Final Fantasy VII, it had the Tactics game.
Did it?
It did.
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
Probably, I think it was not in the European version.
Let's see.
I don't remember that, but that's crazy. What the?
Yeah.
Damn, that would be so cool.
There
Holy
it is.
shit.
In the booklet, Final Fantasy Tactics. There it is. So like,
nice.
It's coming soon from SquareSoft. So give me that.
SquareSoft, the nostalgia.
Oh God, way back when there was every single title was pure quality.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we got we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back to 2024.
That'd be so cool.
We're bringing back that hype,
cool.
that
Holy
nostalgia.
shit.
Square, I hope you're taking notes here. Take notes, Square. Take notes.
Guess who else just made a statement? And I think that maybe they're directly involved with each other. I'm just saying. Tomoya, I might be saying his name wrong. Tomoya Asano, head of Team Asano, told Famitsu, quote, 2024 we will be able to release a variety of titles and information from the big ones to the not so big ones, end quote. I believe that Team Asano could be involved with it, or Asano is involved with the Tactics remake in some capacity as 2020 2's Triangle Strategy came out, and that was an HD 2D thing, which I believe could be a great way to test the waters, to find the footing in the tactics genre before you jump in to Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Nice. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm on board. Holy shit. Yeah, fun fact, I played Final Fantasy Tactics for the first time, and I finished it, obviously, when I started recording for FF16 because I found so many similarities.
Yeah,
especially the way they talk and just the way it all, connects, the heavy political plot and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I gotta play Final Fantasy Tactics.
A lot of staff, from Tactics. So a lot of staff from 16 were worked on Tactics.
It was a feast.
So Tactics, I believe what the question is for me, is it going to be a 2D HD thing? Is it going to be a full-on remake or a remaster? How's this going to work? It was in the leak as a remaster, like the NVIDIA leak. It was labeled as Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, Final Fantasy IX Remake. So I believe it could be HD 2D, which is from, Asano in some way, Team Asano, who does amazing work with that stuff. I'm feeling real good about that prediction, guys.
Yeah, same. I'm like totally on board with that. I would love to see that happen.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get to play Tactics, at least the PlayStation one. I played the Nintendo Advance one, and I'm still playing the PSP, the War of Lions. But I would love to try that one, so I'm really excited. So I really hope it happens. I really do.
That's a great point. The War of Lions was a great remake of Tactics, and whatever they do with this, if they do the HD 2D thing, that is different enough and beautiful enough. Like it is a good remake quality, or remakester, if you want to call them that. That's what I called Crisis Core Reunion. I called it a remakester.
That's pretty fitting.
Yeah. So that's why I believe that Final Fantasy Tactics is going to be this year. I believe that they're going to announce it at some point, maybe at Summer Game Fest or in the summertime, maybe with a state of play if it's going to be a PlayStation thing. But either way, I think that's coming, and that's something to be really excited about. In my opinion, it might not happen, but and if we go into the end of 2024 with a Final Fantasy IX remake reveal, remember, if they do Tactics, then that means we have something to look forward to in that fall area. We got Tactics, and then after Tactics, we're back to the issue. What's next? Like, where's Final Fantasy at? Have we not eaten enough? You know what I mean? We're insatiable creatures that need more Final Fantasy in our lives. So, I mean, what a year.
More. We need more.
So we have Rebirth. We've got we've got Dawn Trail. We've got Final Fantasy Tactics, baby. And then at the end, you cap the year off with a Final Fantasy IX reveal. The anime is revealed as well, and it's going to release, blah, blah, blah. Remake will come out, I don't know, spring of 2025. I think it's going to be like, dude, maybe they do that. It might be something that might be wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking.
It is.
Yeah. That's a little. Maybe that's a little too much. Maybe we get later in the year, like 2025, end of 2025. Maybe we get remake for 9, or maybe it even seeps into 2026. But in between those, like now I'm just hyper speculation right now.
Yeah.
We're all for it. Go.
Let me just fire off real quick. All right, let me just pop off right now, Kaaylia. I'm gonna pop off. All right, here we go. A lot of people.
We're ready. Go.
We're ready.
Go.
A lot of people want a Final Fantasy 13 trilogy remaster. I say to them, and I'll briefly say this: on the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One X, you can play a 4K, beautiful up-res version of that game. So it is currently probably the best place to play it, unless if you're playing on PC, and I think you can download some crazy mods that make the game look beautiful. But on the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One X, it has the up-res, One X enhanced stuff that makes the game look really great. But a lot of PS3 fans, PS4, PS5 are like, where's mine? I want something. I would like to see a Final Fantasy 13 remakester of like the Crisis Core reunion style. I don't want to see a remaster. I want to see a remakester. Give me, even if it's just the Final Fantasy 13, doesn't have to be the trilogy. I want to see update the combat, update the like the environments, maybe make it a little more open and explorable. That would be cool. I would love to see that.
I would like them to do that for a Final Fantasy VIII. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see FF8 got the reunion treat. If it got the reunion treatment, I would be very, very happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I just want more Balam Garden.
Yeah, dude. I want 8 to have the full-on Final Fantasy VII remake treatment. Like, I want that to have.
Oh yes.
Yeah, just
that would be too good.
Yeah, and then plus, if we're talking about time shenanigans, Final Fantasy VIII, you can go as hard as you want on that. Like, just we can compress time even more if you want, and then like, we got a remake in the story itself. So there you go, Final Fantasy VIII. But no, like, so I think Final Fantasy 13 is going to have something soon. There's a lot of outcry for this. Fans are really wanting it, so I think Square is listening, and we'll get that eventually. We're talking 2025. This is next year, maybe even 2026. So we got time. But in 2026 is the Final Fantasy X 25th anniversary. Now, it was like a post was made in the PlayStation Lifestyle.net that says that Final Fantasy X remake is in the works. Now, this was of course a rumor, but it was a rumor from a reliable source within the industry that was like posted on Reddit, took it down, and then stopped posting altogether. So very suspicious thing going on there. So 2026 could bring us Final Fantasy X remake. And then we got, I think in 2026 or 2027, but I'm going to say 2026, we get a Final Fantasy VII Part 3 reveal. It's going to be, I think we get the reveal. Now, they could wait. Yeah. They could wait to 2027 to do the reveal as part of like the anniversary of it.
30th anniversary.
Yes, it'll be the 30th anniversary, and it could be like they did with the 25th anniversary event where they showed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the first time.
Yeah, and that was an amazing event.
Yeah, so they could do something like that in 2027, or they could release it on the anniversary in 2027, which I think would be
like that.
Yeah.
That would be epic. Yeah, that would be epic. Oh my god, what a way to celebrate the anniversary.
Final Fantasy VII 2027, right? It sounds great. It works great. It's the 30th anniversry.
It's 3 sevens. It's basically luck.
It's kind of, and you get the triple sevens. It's all good. It's all working out, man. So I think we get that, dude. So this is what 2027 is looking like, and then I think, bear with me for a second as I go a little crazy. All right.
No, you're making my Final Fantasy fan heart race because I'm like, I want all of this. Please let it all be true, please.
Yes. I skipped one though. I skipped one from back in. I said maybe 2025 we get this. Final Fantasy Origins 2 from Team Ninja over there. I think they, wait, Team Ninja, right?
It's Team Ninja.
Yeah. So I think we get an Origins 2. They just released, or they're releasing their Rise of Ronin game this year, and I think they must have 2 separate teams or something. But I think Final Fantasy Origins 2 is in the works, and I think we get that.
It was very successful, actually, right?
It was pretty. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the game. And as far as I think Team Ninja's concerned, I think it probably did pretty well. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know the numbers. But it did do the 3 DLC afterwards. So there was that. And I don't know. I think Origins 2 is probably a lock. And Nomura has expressed interest in doing it. So I would say probably a winter release for 2025 or maybe an early 2026. Like they did with Stranger of Paradise was an early.
That'd be hella tight. And since we're like dreaming big, and I'm looking at the comments, and it says Dirge of Cerberus the remake was also rumored. I would kill for that. Yeah. I want that because
Remakester.
like give me a remakester
the
of
reunion style upgraded.
And since we're going that way, we need Before Crisis here.
Yes,
bring it to us, please.
I think they'll probably start doing Before Crisis using Ever Crisis if if Ever Crisis is able
there's
to
a lot of
stick around,
rumors about that.
Yeah, I think they might give us that through that game.
Bring us. I'll be happy in any way, but just bring it to us.
Yeah,
I would love to play that.
I think it's definitely going to happen. I think that's what Ever Crisis' whole purpose is to do that. Now they have said in their interviews that they're not going to do Dirge of Cerberus because that would defeat the purpose of that happens after. And I'm just like, no, we're smart. We're smart. We don't fall for that one. All right, we're not falling for that quote. All right, we pick and choose what we fall for from your interviews, staff. So
because that makes me wonder: is why bring, for instance, Nero and Weiss back?
Because they're trying to set up an intermission 2, and the intermission 2
but
could be very Dirge focused. Little Vincent.
I have wondered if we won't have actually some sort of explanation. I mean, explanation may not be the term for that secret ending on Dirge of Cerberus, because we never knew what actually happened to Genesis after Crisis Core, and then you have that secret ending on Dirge of Cerberus, which left us completely hanging.
Yeah. It's
So
just like,
when I saw Nero and Weiss showing up in intermission, I was like, I'm seeing something here.
Something's happening
I'm
here.
literally waiting for playable Vincent Valentine.
This is not innocent. This is not innocent.
just like Yuffie was available in the intermission, and you got to play as Yuffie.
Exactly.
You get to play as Vincent maybe in the intermission too. And
Give me that.
To coincide with that, give me that. Give me what I want.
Feed me my dreams. So okay, on top of that,
Can you
what's
imagine?
gonna happen?
Do you imagine a remakester style of Dirge of Cerberus, right? Like the reunion style, Crisis Core reunion, updated the combat and made that game. I mean, look, I was a fan of the PSP version back in that time. It did not hold up well. But you go back and you play Reunion, that's the way to play that game. That game is super fun. So they updated the combat enough to make that super fun. Imagine if they took that third-person shooter from Vincent and they actually make that feel right. Oh, like the modernized third-person controls, because it wasn't great. It
was very tanky in controls. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
But I speedrunned the game just by myself, like not uploading it anywhere. But I was just like dashing through it and just like trying to make the most out of these horrible controls. And so I totally agree on that. Please, overall the system, just
give me Max Payne style, like.
That'd be so good. Give me like a basically a version of DMC, but like with more shooting focus.
Oh yeah,
kind of like a mix of
that.
that.
That would be awesome. I would like that. Ooh.
I mean, he kind of had that going on in Advent Children, where he's like, like going all over the place, shooting around, like it's super stylish.
Love it. Yeah.
So
he's obviously my favorite character in FF7.
That's awesome. The namesake.
Yeah.
It's your namesake.
Literally the reason I thought to myself, maybe maybe I can be cool one day. legit.
Yo, that Vincent's cool. I can be cool like Vincent.
It's kind of what happens in the mind of a kid. It worked.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So like, I think Vincent fans are going to be pretty happy within the next 5 years at some point. I think we are going to get Intermission 2 with Vincent. I think we're probably going to get a Dirge of Cerberus remakester, and they're going to call it Requiem. Because that's the coolest name for it. Come on.
That's so fucking cool. Holy shit.
Coolest name for it. And I've made a video on this, and I even developed the logo on it. I was like, it fits perfectly, dude.
I have to go and look that up.
Follow me if you follow on Twitter. I will post the logo that I made. I'll make sure I post it.
Please do.
Because it's gonna happen. But listen to this. Listen to it. Okay, Requiem is a noun that means a mass for the dead, a solemn chant or musical setting. You know what I mean? A musical composition in honor of the dead. What is a dirge? It's musical. Come on. It's Requiem, Dirge of Cerberus. All right.
Oh, that's so good.
I want that.
And it keeps the RE.
I want that.
It keeps the RE.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep that. You gotta make that point. Like reunion.
So
Requiem.
That would be so good.
Even though it doesn't keep the re, like it's not Requiem, but I mean, like we can make an exception because it's too cool.
Yeah.
We can accept it, yeah. For the sake of coolness, we can live with this.
And then to just say this, I think personally, and we're so far out now, we're like 2027 at this point, but I think if we do it right, Square, because you got to be watching this because Vincent's on the show, you got to make sure he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
So you're listening right now. I'm talking to you, Square. Listen, Final Fantasy 16 was amazing. Build on that. You know what I mean? Build on Final Fantasy 16, what you established there, right? You got the feedback from the fans, you apply that, and you release Final Fantasy 17 in a quicker turnaround than normal, right? Like, we had to wait 6 years between 15. It's been like that for a long time. 13 to 14 to 15. Like, it's just been a long time. Those golden age when the games would just come out year after year. You know what I mean? But if we can get a quicker turnaround on 17, we could be looking at 2027 for the reveal of Final Fantasy 17, and then 2028 Final Fantasy 17. And I mean, and there's something powerful about that VII after that X. You know what I mean? I'm super excited about that. So we got 17 right after part 3. So now you're avoiding confusion. Like, it's just now we got 17 now. You got Final Fantasy 7 Revival and Final Fantasy 7. Dropping that name right there. That's my prediction. Because Hamaguchi-sen said that Revival was the key word of 2024.
And it does make sense if you think on the tendency, which is remake, rebirth. It's always in the tendency of recreation. So revival. Makes absolute sense.
I'll add that note. Thank you, Kaaylia. I'll add that note to my next video.
Please do. You know I'm always glad to give good ideas and help. You know. So please do. No, but if I can build a bit on what you're saying, I'm super excited for the future of Final Fantasy. I mean, I look at Final Fantasy 16, I look at Final Fantasy Remake, and here when I say remake, I say the full project, so remake and rebirth and whatever is to come. They're two different approaches, completely, but I mean, I think they're so good and they show so much potential for what may come ahead of us. So I as a fan cannot be anything but super excited for what may come for the future of Final Fantasy. I'm not gonna lie, I think you can see it. I'm just so happy, and I think it's such a good time to be a fan. I'm really excited I can't wait to see what's coming.
Me
yeah, for real.
And hopefully through this video you are also just as hype as Kaaylia is. So I want to close this one out. I want to say a very heartfelt thank you to my party members tonight. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here. Thank you everybody watching right now, and sounding off in the comments or in the chat. I hope you guys I think we need to congratulate you, Warrior Vibe. I saw some comments on the chat. I think you've reached the 5,000 subscribers, so congratulations. Yes, I was going to mention that. Yeah.
Let's hand on the biggest hype possible.
Woo! I just got the victory theme from Vincent Fallow. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Thank you guys for helping reach that 5,000 mark. I was going to bring it up, and I'm like, guys, come on, man. We're just 9 away. We're like 8 away. Come on. Help me out. Help me out. And I didn't want to do that, and you guys did it anyway. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Way to kick off 2024 with a 5,000 nice.
Well deserved, my friend. Well deserved,
right? It feels like a nice little landmark there. Like 4,900 was like 5,000 cool. No, 5,000 seems like, when somebody checks it out, they're like, okay, 5,000. No, I'm just kidding. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that so much. Everybody in chat right now, staying with it, and I hopefully you guys kept it calm. I'm sorry, I don't have a moderator, so hopefully everything was good and everybody was.
It was civilized. I checked.
Civil. Okay, cool. We're all civilized, having a great time. So yeah, man. I hope you are just as hype as we are. Vincent, thank you so much for being on the show. I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Oh man, it was the most amazing time. I wish German interviewers would be bringing the hype like this. It's like one of the best talks I ever had. So really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Kaaylia, thank you for being here as well. It was just so fucking amazing. Really.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Kaaylia, thank you so much for being here, and keep on spreading that positivity and just joy over on Twitter. I love following your stuff over there. So if you don't follow Kaaylia,
thank you for having me.
yeah, it's KaayliaGamer at KaayliaGamer, and you can see the spelling there for audio listeners: Kaayliya Gamer over on Twitter, and just for some good quality, just positivity over there. Final Fantasy love. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and some videos from me.
That's right. Yeah, we get some.
You can hear me.
Yes, come and listen to Vincent, because you will not regret it. It's amazing.
Yes.
And
so
Vincent,
much.
I've said this. I'm going to say it again. Thank you so much for bringing Clive to life. I can't thank you enough for the amazing journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you from
Clive?
the bottom of my heart. And truly, I said it before, but you do not know how many times you saved my day,
Oh man,
my weeks.
love this.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is why we do Final Fantasy, guys.
We started with the tears. We have to end with the tears.
Why we Final Fantasy, man? This is why we do it.
And thank you to you to making this moment possible, because this is the first time I'm even if through a screen, face to face with Vincent, and this is a huge moment for me. So thank you for making this happen.
You're welcome.
Yeah, like I could say the exact same words. It's just such a blast to be in this constellation. I love you both so much. It's beyond words. So thank you. Keep up. Doing what you're doing, and I'll be watching.
Let's make a commitment to meet in a few years to make sure to see if the predictions came true or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I'm down.
Well,
While
hopefully-
I'm playing Jojo Cerberus.
Dreams came true.
You got it right. It's happening.
Well, hopefully I'll have you guys back on the show someday soon. Until then, I thank you so much for being here, and thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care now. Bye then.